but like not being able to hug people, not being able to see people for the most part, and everybody dealt with this, and a lot of people dealt with death and sickness and all this. And I dealt with some death. I mean, my grandfather died right before the pandemic. Then my sister passed away last fall, and then my dog just died, so I've had some things.
My God, man.
But I
didn't know all this.
You know what's weird is, I don't really share it too much. I mean, I share it on the podcast a little bit, but surprisingly, I was scared of how I dealt with it, because I dealt with it pretty well. And I don't know if it's medication. Hey. I don't know what it is, but like, I don't know if it's, my sister was sick for a long time. So I think I was mourning her throughout the years. My grandfather had Alzheimer's for years, so I was mourning him over the years.
Sure.
My dog was sick for a long time. It wasn't a sudden death.
Yeah.
And I think that I dealt with it pretty good, but I still sometimes really want to cry. And I feel like I don't cry enough. Like I really want to get it out. And I did this breathing exercise. This woman came over the other day, and it was breath work, and I hadn't done it. It's these things where it's like,
oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. She goes, listen, we're going to do this for 18 minutes straight. I go, you're fuck off. I cannot do this for 18 minutes. And my hands got numb, and she goes, this is all normal. And then all of a sudden I started getting emotional.
Yeah.
And it was really weird. And I think it helped me. So I said, I want to see you again. It was a friend's wife. And she came over. But it's those things that I think I need to do that would sort of connect myself to the things, to loss, to the things that I've dealt with. And I think because if you just bottle it up, I feel like you need some release.
Grief is a very interesting topic in American culture. We don't value it the same way other cultures do. We don't put an importance on grieving the way a lot of other cultures do, and it leaves a lot of us feeling like what you're talking, feeling that feeling of I've skipped a step here.
Yeah, what's going on?
I've missed something. There's an important part of this process that I haven't gone through yet.
That's it.
And it'll come.
Have you dealt with a lot of death?
I haven't.
You haven't. You have your mother and father.
I had one grandparent until one grandparent left when I was born. They had all passed before I was born. And
wow.
And so I've only dealt with the passing of one grandparent. I've dealt with a lot of death in the last year, as far as people passing from COVID.
Yeah.
But nothing immediate in my life.
Does that scare you? Because it scares me when, oh my God, if I can't imagine losing my, and I'm not incredibly close. I love my parents, but like I would go nuts if I lost any sibling or any family member. And that's like, I'm getting to the age where it's like shit starts to happen. You hear people die in their 50s, they die in their 60s. Sure.
In a lot of my contemplative practice, in my meditation or my prayer, I actually do imagine that. I spend time imagining what it will be like, or what it would be like.
Almost pre-grieving,
but also front loading my gratitude and front loading my, my approach to the relationship with these people. If I've spent enough time wondering what my life would be like without my mother, my father, my wife, my son, which I have spent very little time delving into that. But, we recently learned of somebody who had lost their son, and to imagine that, and to grieve in a way, improves my life so much, because when I see this person, my heart is just, when I see you, to go a year without seeing you, and then to see you, the gratitude rushes back in. I open the front door and I hear you upstairs playing the guitar and singing, and I'm just like,
I didn't even know you were here.
Well, the door was unlocked.
You're always welcome to walk in, but I didn't. I was playing guitar and I was just feeling it and playing another song. I was like,
and my heart just. My heart leapt for you, my friend.
Because we would get together before we did our old podcast together, and we'd play music, and we'd play a song, I'd play a song, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.